Good afternoon, Knicks Nation. Welcome to the playoffs edition of Sky Hoops Knicks Dreams. To join the conversation, drop your comments in the chat, and shortly thereafter, I'm going to drop the link if you want to be a panelist on this show. With that being said, I want to introduce my main man, Bill Stradamus, so that we can chop it off playoff style. So go ahead,
Playoffs,
brother.
playoffs. Listen, we haven't spoken in a couple of days. I'm amped. I'm sitting here waiting for us to begin our quest for the chip. It starts tonight, and I think that we're in good positioning now to make some noise. New York Knicks are back. Go New York, go New York, go. I'm trying to keep myself calm until to the rest of the fellas join. But how you feeling about this I guess I could say new. We haven't been in the playoffs in what seven to eight seasons. So
Right, right.
how you feel about this new post-season feeling now?
Listen. I anticipated when the season started they were gonna make the playoffs, so I'm not surprised that they're in the playoffs. That's the first thing. I'm gonna be honest from the jump. However,
Right.
I didn't expect them to win what 40 games.
40 games.
40 games. That's
40
that's
games.
that's very impressive. You know what I'm saying? So in that respect, I'm pleasantly, and I put the emphasis, pleasantly surprised that they've achieved the fourth seed, have 40 wins. Now it's about locking in. They've been playing playoff style basketball defense throughout the regular season. Now is being able to maintain that and bring it up a notch. And I think, with the few days that they had off, this only gives Tibbs that much more time to really implement a game plan that's going to be, that's going to put, what word do I want to use? I'm trying to be politically correct up in here.
Want to stamp the Knicks as a team to be reckoned with.
There you go. There you go. Starting with game one of the playoffs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So in that respect, I'm expecting them. I'm expecting some intensity. I'm expecting them to play solid D. I'm looking forward to them being aggressive. Picking up brothers full court. That's what I'm looking.
Right.
That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. What do you think, Bill?
That's exactly what I'm looking for. If nothing else, this season has showed us that Tibbs has us in a in a in a mindset that's going to be defense, hustle. So I expect a certain energy coming out the gate. I expect an energy that we haven't even seen during the season. And that might, slow us up a little bit at the beginning, but I expect us to come out of there, throw the gloves off, and just get to scrapping. Just start scrapping immediately out the gate. Now, I do not want us to fall into old habits of coming out there, starting from the 3-point line and working in. We should still do inside out, play inside out, move the ball around, let everybody touch the ball, instead of just coming down and getting into our ISO bag or our one-on-one bag, which a couple of our players have been known to do. There will be time and place for all of that in this series. There will be time and place for Randall to go on, maybe consecutive scoring situations. It's going to be a time for Barrett to do the same, for Rose to do the same, and whoever else, may want to turn it up. Bullock, I expect him to do what he does, play that defense, and hit the open shot. I'm interested to see how Tibbs is going to substitute, especially down the stretch, who he's going to have closing these games out at the one. Now we've seen a variety of it throughout the season. He mainly had Rose closing at the one. However, when Rose wasn't on his game, he had Burks out there closing, and they played very well with Burks at the one. So I expect to see a little bit of that. But now dealing with Mr. Young there, Trey Young, we're gonna have to play him physically. That's how we do it with him. You got to be physical with him. You got to pick him up from the locker room and and wear him like his jersey and just be all over him. He come down the lane, nothing easy. We're not trying to hurt the brother, but give him a shot. Do what would the '90s Knicks do with these brothers? That's has to be our mindset for this whole series. And I think if we go in there with that mindset and execute with that defensive first mindset, we'll come out of this round and be heading into the second round against the winner of who's that? Philly and the Heat? No,
And
Philly
Washington.
and
And
Washington,
Washington.
which
Yeah,
Philly got them today. So
right. It starts with defense, defense, and more defense. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely,
And I
absolutely,
think and I think we've seen little pockets of that in these playoff games that have been played thus far. And again, we old school anticipate that. We
right.
know we know that the defense is what's gonna bring home the bacon, for lack of a better term. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? So with
absolutely.
that's what we expect. I'm just hoping that this week off that they had in preparation for this particular series is hold on a second, hold on. Is is an opportunity for them to really tighten up whatever little deficiencies, opening up on the pick and roll or when people go back door, opening up, not turning your back to the ball. That's the way you're going to steal the ball. That's the way you're going to defend. Or when guys are trying to get you in the low post and they may have a little size on you, fronting
Front
them,
them, front
front
them.
them and rotating. Those are the little things, man, that make a difference in your regular season and playoff. You got to do every little thing to the best of your ability because in
Yep.
the playoffs, every possession counts. Every possession counts. So we have to be that much more disciplined. We have to be more aggressive. Like you said, we got to pick up, this kid Trey Young from the locker room.
Yep.
And we pick him up one on one in the locker room, and the minute he steps on the court, we double him.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Let's force someone else to try to beat us with the ball. Now, we got to watch out for Bogdanovich
Yeah.
because he's got little game to his repertoire. But I still would rather take the ball out of Trey Young's hand and
And
and give it to Bogdanovich. But
right.
still, you got to defend him now. You still got to defend him. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? With that being said, I see that H2O is in the house. So
Agua.
be water, my man.
Be water. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the playoff edition of Knicks Dreams.
Say that again, brother. I need you to say that again, brother.
Welcome to the playoff edition
Playoff
of
edition.
Knicks Dreams, where dreams become reality.
Absolutely.
Okay, so there's no longer Fantasy Island; it's Manhattan Island. Okay,
Miracle on
New York
34th
City.
Street.
New York City. It is the Mecca. It is time to take our rightful place in the basketball, in the association. Our rightful place. From lottery to fourth place in 1 year in the Eastern Conference. Okay? From lottery to fourth place. My hat off to the organization, the coaches, and most importantly, the players who put in the work, that improved themselves. But the work is still ahead of us. Okay? This is what happens when you become good at something, then you're giving more to do. And so I've said before, and I'll continue to say it again, they don't have to prove anything to me anymore, but it'd be wonderful to see them advance, at least past the Hawks. Oh, I gotta close my windows on my car, fellas. They just told me that it's raining outside in my area.
Okay.
So
Do
let
your
me get
thing,
back,
brother.
guys.
We'll be right here. We'll be right here.
Okay.
Pass the rock up to Bill Stradamus.
Okay.
All right. I happen to I see Agua there. He's feeling a lot like me. He don't wanna just let it all out. But I could tell he's feeling it. He's happy. I could tell. Well, all of us are really. And like he said, work is not done. We still got work to do. But like we said on the first go around, it starts tonight, 7 p.m. at the crib, where these Hawks, who we've managed to defeat them, I think 3 times this year. 3 times that we faced them, and 3 times we've walked out of there with the dub. I'm expecting the same tonight. And then another good thing about it, after tonight's game, the next game isn't, well, I don't know if that's good. It depends. Next game is Wednesday.
Yeah.
So this, like, we got Monday, Tuesday, you got 2 days in between to fine tune whatever we need to fine tune, to rest for those who might need it. Hopefully we're healthy enough and we'll get through this without anybody having any type of relapse of whatever injuries or anything nagging. This time of year, everyone has nagging injuries. However, I hope it doesn't affect the play of the individual and overall the team. So with that little bit being said, I'll slide it over to my right, over to my man Santana.
Yeah, no, listen, I mean, hopefully that time off, they won't start off sluggish because they haven't been playing. Hopefully they're gonna come out aggressive and really put their stamp in this game. I don't want them to go into this game saying what you just said in terms of, okay, we beat them 3 games in the regular season.
Right.
We don't want to get that false sense of security. We want to go into there, look, it's a brand new season. Yes, we did what we did in the regular season, but now we got to prove it in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise, when you get too comfortable, we beat them before, whatever the case may be, that's when you get bamboozled, hoodwink, led astray.
Let us
You know what I'm
stray.
saying? We don't want any of that, man. We got to keep these guys laser focused on the task at hand, and that is to lock these boys up from the jump and make sure that you're winning from wire to wire, and don't let up. Send a message that you come in and take it every single game. You're gonna make this team work. For every possession that they get, they got to work, and they got to box out Capella. They got to box him out.
Absolutely. Him and
I don't.
Collins.
Whoever is going to be playing against, Capella, forget about offense. Just play that brother defense. Make on offense, attack him so that he could foul out. But your primary responsibility is boxing him out. He can't get all these rebounds.
Right.
He can't get all these rebounds. With that being said, I'm gonna drop it at H2O. Go ahead, brother. Give us your take.
Well, let me just going through some stats. These 2 teams are so evenly matched, it would make your head spin. We both ended up with a 41 and 31 record. We both ended up 25 and 17 in the conference. They were 24 and 18. We were 25 and 11 at home. They were 25 and 11 at home. We were 16 and 20 away. They were 16 and 20 away. In the last 10 games, they were 7 and 3. We were 7 and 3. And in the last 4 games, they won their last 4. We won our last 3. So we have a task in front of us, and that is the approach. The approach is, hey, these guys, we are not going to walk over them. They're going to want it as much as we want it. They think they deserve it as much as we may think that we deserve it. It's going to be the battle of the defenses. And that's where I think we have a slight edge, because I think they're about outscoring other teams more than they are about stopping other teams. So I know that they have defensive liabilities at the guard, because Trae Young is just. I just want to see.
Post them up.
Oh my God!
Post them up.
Just attack him. Make him turn right. Make him turn left. Make him foul you. Like you said, make them switch and take them down to the post.
Yeah. LeBron does that all the time.
A field day with this kid.
Barbecue chicken.
And then after they soften them up down there, we're gonna need our bench scoring to come through like they've never come through before. I think we're gonna need definitely Burks. We're going to definitely need Bullocks. But, man, if we can get anything out of Toppin and Quigley, it's a wrap.
I agree.
I mean, if we can get 20 points out of Quigley tonight, am I asking for too much?
Nah.
No?
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, can this kid go off tonight? But, again, it's his first experience through this. But luckily for us, we got some guys. It's their first experience through this also. I don't think they've ever made the playoff with the players that they have on their squad. So it's an all new experience for everybody.
They got Lemon Pepper Lou
Williams.
So he's had some playoff experience.
Right. Okay, I give you that. But, if we want to look at his record in the playoff experience, it's not a good record. They've been bounced out every time. And in one of those games, I think he had a terrible night last year.
Yeah, well, he didn't have a good playoff run after that. After his Hot Wings excursion.
Oh, right. He went out.
Remember that? Yeah, right.
Back, and then he was no longer in sync. He became a head case. Anyway, yeah. So, this is where all the stats go out the window, because we all, you guys are good, we're good. Let's just roll up our sleeves and let's go to it.
That's it.
And may the best man win, or the best defense win. Because like we always say, okay, defense, okay, is one thing that most teams are not, they don't see themselves as defensive teams. They see themselves as offensive teams first and then play defense. And I don't know if you guys were watching today, but I was having that discussion about the Lakers. You guys, oh no, the Lakers are the best defensive team in the world. And I'm like, yeah, but their defense is predicated on their offense. When they ain't making shots, they ain't playing no defense. The Knicks are playing defense, whether they make shots or don't make shots.
We'll find out now in the playoffs. We'll find out. We'll find out today.
No, I'm saying up to this point, this is what they do. I'm telling you, you tell me all last year we talked about, well, what's their identity? That's their identity. They play defense before anything else. And when things go bad and they get down, they get after it by playing better defense. It's not, they don't shoot their way out of no issues. They play defense, and that defense creates offense. So that's how I see the Knicks slightly different than most teams. I know there are plenty of teams out there that have the same philosophy, or maybe just as good, or maybe almost as good. But the Knicks do it better than anybody, I think. And maybe I'm just being biased because I see them all the time. So take it away, Bill.
All right. I hear you with regard to the Lakers and their defense and all of that. Today they was, I don't know what was up with them. They were
It
just
was
flat.
sleepwalking.
Yeah, they were just flattered and flat. If I called out these their so-called superstars numbers, you would be our guys can't get away with doing that. We're
No,
coming out with that
exactly.
type of performance.
Exactly.
We gonna have to bring it, and with the understanding that the Hawks were decent all year. However, they seemed to turn it up a notch once McMillan became the head coach. Once they got rid of whoever their old coach was
Mm-hmm.
and put McMillan in that seat, they they played they played like almost like a different team. They won more than they lost. They're tough, and they've turned up their defense as well. So we're gonna have to allow this to be as ugly a game as it has to be, with regard to us playing defense and them playing defense, until it it renders one of the teams uh, basically where they're just going to just either win it or lose it. And I think that we have enough in the tank to win it. I think we could play defense, and maybe at the half we may be even down, 5 or 6 points. But I think we should continue with that defensive effort and that defensive mindset, because for whatever reason, when we play 48 minutes of defense, we win those games 9 out of 10 times. So why not make this our mantra, make this our face, make this our culture, so that after, and I'm saying this quite confidently, after the Hawks, whoever's up next is going to have to think twice about us. Which I think the next one up would be the winner of the Philly Wizards series.
Yeah.
Um, I agree with the fact that we have to keep Capella off the boards and also monitor that lob, because Trey and him have a beautiful lob game. And they catch people off guard. I don't know how they keep catching people off guard, but they manage to do it. And I want to be reminded, and I want to remind you guys that I think it was the last time that we played against the Hawks. It was either the last time or the second time that we played them. Capella gave us some numbers with regard to the scoring and rebounding. He was like 20-20 on us in one of those games. So we have to guard against that. However, he got those points because he was being fed by Trey. So if we do what Santana says, we pick him up from the locker room, then when he hits the court, we double him, make someone else make those decisions for Capella. Because, Bogdanovich or whoever else, they're good players. However, they're not as adept at running the whole team as Trey Young is. Trey Young gave us a ridiculous game the last time we played them, and we might not have pulled it off if he hadn't been injured and got knocked out of the game.
Mhm.
He had a ridiculous game against us. I don't remember, but I think he had like maybe close to 20 assists or something
No,
like that. How many? 14 assists?
14
But how
assists,
many?
20 points.
20 points, 14 assists. And he went out.
22 rebounds, 25 points.
Yeah, and it's not like he went out at the end of the game. I think he went out of that game sometime in the third quarter. So,
Yeah.
We have to guard against that. Like Santana said, double him, and then, like I said, be rough with him. And I think we'll be all right. With that little bit being said, we slide it over to my man Santana.
So I'm gonna start this little, segment here with, in the infamous words of Kwame Brown, I'm gonna sprinkle some of my mama's
Mama's
cooking up.
cooking on it. Sprinkle some mama's cooking on that.
I sprinkle some of my mama's cooking on that. Okay. Now, this is the reality. Okay. Nate McMillan. Okay, as a coach, he's a deep. Well, first of all, let me go back to when he was a player.
Right.
back in the
Defense.
Seattle Supersonic days. He
Defense.
he was a defensive player. That's what he was known for, and that's the one thing that he carried over into his coaching philosophy from player to coach. And every team that he has coached has become a better defensive team. Now, keep in mind that he didn't start the season coaching Atlanta. He was an assistant coach. They had another coach who was the head coach, and they didn't have that kind of defensive identity in that first half of the season. They developed a better defensive scheme under Nate. And
Right.
so, I think you're going to see a little bit more of that, even though, yes, they like to score as much as possible. But Nate understands when it comes to playoffs, you can't run and gun. You're not
Right.
going to get that many opportunities. So I do expect that Nate is going to make those defensive adjustments or emphasis on this team trying to win because their approach in the past of trying to outscore us has not got them the victories that they were expecting to get.
Right.
And so I could see Nate saying, well, we tried it that way and we came up 0-3.
Mhm.
Let's try it a little different. Let's try it my way, which is prime for playoff basketball, which is defense. Just to see, if that approach is going to put them in a better position to win. So, that's the adjustment that I do expect Nate to make in this game. Not to take away the firepower of Atlanta, but not to put Atlanta as or put the players in a position that should be their priority. Because the record speaks for itself. They're 0-3 against us, trying that method or philosophy of trying to outscore us.
Right.
And it did not work. So I would think he's not going to continue to do, how they say, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the
Doing the
same thing
same
and
thing,
expecting the different
different
results.
result. Yep.
I don't think he's going to approach it that way.
I
And
don't think
as a
so. I'm
yeah,
sorry to cut you
yeah,
off.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
think so either because if I'm him, I'm thinking, okay, we can play defense. If I'm him, this is my thought. I have better offensive players than they have. So if I stick to defense, one of my offensive players will pull us through at
Yes.
when that time comes down the stretch. That's how I would be thinking.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and I'm nowhere near of a coach that this man has been. So I'm pretty sure that he's thinking somewhere along those lines, if not something in addition to that. But
Exactly.
I know he feels that he has a better offensive team
Of course.
than we have.
Of course, of course.
So
And he does have, I think, more consistent players across the board.
right,
Now is a question of getting those same offensive players to understand. Look, we know you got that ace in the hole, but
right,
let's give a little bit more effort on the defense, and that'll make our offense even better.
right,
Okay, so that's part of it. Now I just addressed that side of the equation. Now on our side of the equation with Tibbs, he's got to make the adjustment. Now, yeah, he can approach these games because he has the upper hand because he's won 3 against Atlanta. So the adjustment has to come from Atlanta, but he has to be prepared to be able to adjust to the adjustment. That's what I'm looking for in
exactly.
Tibbs. Adjust to the adjustments because I do expect Nate to make the adjustment. The other approach did not work, and it won't work in the playoffs.
No, it won't.
So, with that being said, I'm going to drop it down to H2O so he can chew on that for a little bit. Go ahead, brother.
I understand what you're saying, and in theory, it sounds like 100%.
Theory.
In theory,
Theory.
yeah. Both of you guys, the theory of what your philosophy is good, okay, and that could be his philosophy too as coach of the Hawks, and you may have hit the nail right on the head. The problem is, how long have they had to change from an offense first team to a defense first team? And how good are they going to be at playing that style? We've been doing this all year long. We don't need to adjust our defense. We just have to clamp down a little harder. Like you said, you gotta guard him for the whole 90 feet of the court and double team him for half when he comes across that half court. That's the only thing that we can do, is to clamp even further on our offense and let that ball swing around and let them take, off balance, helter skelter shots, if you want to call it that. That can work against us because there'll be open shots to be made too if they start swinging the ball around. Okay, so but again, us playing stronger defense, it's not going to be new to us. Them playing stronger defense is something new to them. If you're telling me that this is what he has to make as part of his adjustment. So when you're talking about adjustment, that's mean he has to bring a new wrinkle into his schemes. And that is something that the players, man, oh, I'm supposed to be here. Oh, no, I thought you were supposed to be there. Oh, what you doing, man? You know what I'm saying? Why you let him go? That was home there. That can happen. They start pointing fingers, and then, things can get crazy. So you don't come to the playoff to start a new, scheme.
Well.
You go with what you got you here. You go with what got you here.
But wait, if you look at the trends, if you look at the playoff games that have been played, yes, you had teams that they like to run and gun. And I'm talking right now. No. And when they got to the playoffs, the game slowed down.
That's right.
Whether they want to change for the playoffs or not, they have changed.
Oh,
they
no,
have so just,
Again, because the teams that play good defense are the ones that are doing better.
They're forcing the game to be played slow.
Right. And again, our offense is predicated on our defense. We get runouts when we play good defense, not just average defense. When we play good defense, man, and you get a block, we out. Okay, it's Derrick Rose to the race, and whoever's in the wing is there, and whoever's not, well, I'll see you when I get back. But our offense, a lot of our little runs, 12-2 runs, 14-6 runs, 10-0 runs. It's all because we got 3 or 4 stops and a couple of runouts. Stole the ball a few times, got a block or 2 here and there. I think a major problem is 2. Like you said, I think Santana, you mentioned it, and I think Bill Stradamus, you reiterated it, and that is we got to get Clint Capella, box his ass out, excuse my language, and hold Trae Young down. I'll live with Bogdanovich, whatever he brings.
Right.
I'll take Bogdanovich anytime over Trae. Trae, I got to clamp him down.
Yeah, he'll score his buckets, but how many assists is he going to have? How is he going to affect the game other than his whatever buckets he scores? I agree with you. I'll go with him. Let him run the show, and let's see if he can beat us.
Right.
If he can lead them to beat us. Let's put
no
it
other hoops.
Right.
No 20 rebounds. No Trae Young heroics. That'll be on my bulletin board.
No Trae Young heroics.
No Trae Young heroics.
Hey, I agree with you. So that's we gotta hope. Well, you gotta make your phone call before the game starts. You gotta make your phone call to Tibbs. Let them know how it gotta go down.
Okay.
Let them know that Knicks dreams. We're watching.
Yeah, got you.
And we're watching with the eye of fandom. However, our eyes are also critical. We got a critical eye.
Hold that thought a minute.
And you must be the new Microsoft, because if you're able to call through a calculator, you are the man. You are the man.
You notice, right?
I know you are the man.
This is a phone masquerading as a calculator.
Listen, I would not doubt it. I would not doubt it because I know your cousin over here very well.
I
know him very well. And I tell you my trips over to my man Santana's house. I thought I was in NASA or something. So I know y'all got that technology locked up.
Yeah, he got to have a combination lock to get into his house. He got so much equipment. Yeah, he got the whole place insured, man. He better have it insured.
Yeah, I do. I do have my place insured.
Oh
I
man.
do. I got expensive stuff in here. That's for sure. Got to do like Maxwell Smart, bro. Take off your shoe and make a phone call.
Hey.
Get smart, brother.
Yo, kids, listen,
That's 99.
all I know,
Agent 99 and 86.
Yep.
yeah, we got an 86 the Hawks today.
Absolutely.
That's what it is.
Absolutely.
Because it doesn't matter that we go 1-1. I don't care, but I want the first one. Okay, worst case scenario, go 1-1, but win the first one. Best case scenario, go 2-0,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but win the first one. Don't let that who was it that did it? Was it Portland? Yeah, Portland.
Portland.
Yeah, they went on the road and they took what you.
And so did Dallas.
And
So did the Mavericks.
And Dallas and Memphis took out the Warriors the other night.
Yeah, that was a shocker. That one right there. That was a shocker.
Yes.
Well, I don't see how you say it's a shocker because he's a one-man show. He ain't getting no help from nowhere else.
Well, he got a little help from Draymond.
What? How much? How little?
Very little the other day.
Everybody else?
I mean, what's the kid?
Wiggins was supposed
Wiggins,
to.
right? Wiggins was okay.
He did something.
But what happened? Like Oubre and them cats.
Was his street clothes?
Yeah. What was that about?
I don't have no
I
idea.
have no idea.
He faked maybe Kobe protocol.
Uncle Clyde. I don't know if y'all can see what Uncle Clyde got on.
He got some. What? He ain't got the cow suit.
No, he got on an ensemble that I've never seen, but it's orange and blue.
Orange and blue, baby.
Oh,
Yes.
it's representing.
Yes.
He's representing. I've never seen it before.
Yo,
I'm gonna put it on right now.
You think we're hype? Man, Willis Reed came out of the wood, out of his grave, and hearing us. Okay. Yes. Patrick Ewing. I saw
Patrick Ewing.
some talk about him.
Listen, man.
Everybody is like, yo, and I'm sure that Carmelo somewhere is going, yes. That's why he had such a great game the other day.
Them boys did some work yesterday. They did work.
Yes, they did.
They did work.
So I don't want Atlanta to come in here thinking they can do
right.
No, we got to defend home court. Yeah, I'm seeing Clyde's. Yo, Clyde's working it, man. He's working.
Never seen that one before though.
Nah,
right?
yo, he's working that sports jacket. Is a two-tone sports jacket. So on the lapels is purple with mixed color in there, and then the sleeves are orange and stuff.
Yo,
now that's my mama. That's my mama.
That's my mama cooking.
Okay. I gotta go and turn my TV on over there and see what's going on.
Yo, that's funny, but yeah, man. Listen, they gotta hold home court. They have a great home record, and they got to defend home court. You got to take pride. Go ahead. 2.0.
One more thing that I would like to add. I talked about everybody else. Just because, I've always felt he was a pretty good a player for us and has been, what they call a game manager. Okay, I would like to see Elf go off and get a decent game. Give me your 15 points. Go to the basket.
Get 10 of them in the first quarter, like
and
you normally do.
The rest of the day, I don't care.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. I think he is going to come out with a little extra.
Yeah, because he's been getting the press, and he's been getting that negative press.
Right.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't read anything, but basically, everybody's down on Elf.
Yeah.
He's any worse than what he's ever been. He's just a good game manager. He's not your superstar point guard. He just brings the ball up and starts the offense.
Well, and he plays good D. That's where his value is
Similar to
different.
Nate McMillan.
Yes. Yes.
Similar to Nate McMillan.
Yes.
Okay. So there you have it.
I think Nate McMillan was probably a better defensive player than him.
He's taller.
But and he was just a better defensive player.
Okay.
However, Elf is a good defensive player,
Mhm.
and he's a good game manager.
So what do you want? 3 steals? 5 steals?
Yeah, why not? Give me 3. Give me one every quarter.
Give me your best.
One every
Give me
quarter
your
that you-
best.
Right. Every quarter that you play, get me a steal.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Give me your best.
Listen, man. I think, assists wins games. Whatever team gets the most assists is going to win this game.
Don't leave us on that because we've had games where we've won and we got like 19 or 20 assists, and I'm not feeling that really.
Okay.
So yeah, so I ain't ride with you on that one. However, if we can move the ball around and assist, we should do that. That's what we should be doing. So in that regard, I could agree with you, but I don't want to make no blanket statements about
assists.
About us. If we don't have the majority of assists, then we should lose. No, I don't quite. We're not quite there yet.
Pray that this week off, or what it was, 5 days, that it hasn't hurt the 3-point shooting because they were on fire.
Yeah.
They were shooting it around 50%.
Yes, we were.
And now, with this layoff, you never know what they're going to come back with. But they should have been doing, shooting at night, just like they do after games. Getting back in the gym and getting those shots up, man. Getting those shots up. Because if our 3-point shooting is good and our assists are up, we're in good shape, man.
And while I'm looking at him now on the screen, OG D Rose, we need him to have a 2012 flashback playoff run right now. Wow. If we have that, I have no doubt in my mind that we're going to the next round. If OG D Rose plays the way I think he's going to come out and play, we're going to be good. We're going to be good money. And I just pray that him and everybody else just stays healthy on both teams. I don't want anybody to get knocked out because of injuries. Let's bring our whole gang to the fight and may the best man team win.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
112, 106.
Huh?
112, 106. Knicks.
That is so crazy that you picked that. That is so crazy because I have 112, 104.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick Knicks 110 and Atlanta 100.
Okay. You believe in a double digit win.
10 points, man.
10 points. I mean, they
10
beat
points.
double digits in 2 out of the 3 games.
10 points.
No overtime, huh?
It don't matter to me.
Oh, okay.
I don't care.
Right. When
Regular
when Santana picks, he just has his score.
Okay.
Whether it takes overtime, double, triple, quadruple,
don't matter.
It don't matter to him.
That's it, brother. You said it better than I could say it myself, Bill.
Listen, guys, the adrenaline, the anxiety is building.
You sound like me. I explained that when you left. I explained that you and I are on this. You want to go buck crazy and start acting up as I do, but I'm going to reserve all of that energy
for the
game. For the game.
For the fourth quarter.
And the fourth quarter.
For the fourth quarter. Like I said, all I want is for the Knicks to be within 5, a margin of 5. 5 up or 5 down. I don't care. Middle of the third quarter or the fourth quarter. And from there, we're going to just clamp down and run away with it.
And run it.
Woo!
Sounds good to me, fellas. Sounds good to me. So with that, go ahead.
Dream, we were celebrating, cutting a little cake over here for him. He left a little before 6 o'clock, so I guess he's not going to join us.
That's okay. We understand.
We see him in the chat.
Happy birthday to him.
Oh,
Happy
okay.
birthday, Dream.
Happy birthday,
It's on the
Dream.
25th. It's on the 25th. It's not today. It's the 25th.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well,
That's
you get premature love. Happy
Yeah.
birthday, Dream.
And early, early.
And Dez's is on the 31st, so happy birthday to Dez too.
birthday to all of them. So
To all of them,
birthday to all of the Geminis
whatever you call them.
from our podcast. Other than that, he didn't give me a score, but here we are.
We know where his heart is. We
His
know.
heart- His heart is in the Knicks win.
We know. We know.
And he would have gave us those numbers, the plus minuses, and
Yes.
what he's going to take from them, and what he's going to give to us, and I can almost drop Dream's score for him.
Sprinkling some of his mama's cooking.
I'm gonna sprinkle some mama's cooking on the Dream's score. Dream was gonna say 108 to 98. That's what
There
Dream
you
was
go.
gonna say.
Okay.
So he called it for him.
I call it for him
Okay.
because I heard about his mama's cooking.
That's what they call you, Bill Stradamus.
There you go. Bill Stradamus.
Okay.
He knows. If
Man,
anybody knows,
Man,
Bill Stradamus knows.
So Bill Stradamus, 112, 104. Regardless, 112 seems to be the score. 110, 108. If we go down the middle, 110.
Hey,
And Anna,
There you go. There you go. So close us out, Bill. Close us out, Bill.
close us out.
we want to thank all of the supporters, all of the folks who rock with us here on Knicks Dreams. And after every one of our telecasts, we just want to let everybody in the room know, everybody out there need to know, everybody out there need to know that once a Knick,
Nick.
always a
Always
Knick.
a Knick. All right now. All
We're
right.
talking to you
There we
brothers
go.
in a few minutes.
Yeah, brother. Yes, indeed.
Let's get it.
Yes, indeed.
Let's
It's